press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello everyone. In the last class we had discussed about the plants, the plant kingdom, right? So in the plant kingdom we had discussed about various types of plants, the diversity of plants, plants ranging from very lower, very basic plants which are very small like algae, and also the more advanced plants like trees, right, which are very tall and more efficient than the lower plants. And here we had discussed about some characters, some basic characters. So these basic characters are further basis for the classification. So what are those characters? The characters were like whether the plant body is differentiated or not, whether the plant body has certain body parts like roots, stem, leaves, or else branches, leaves, flowers, right? So that is one point. And like whether the plants have xylem and phloem, the vascular tissues, the specialized vascular tissues for the transport purpose, whether the plant have or not. And also another point is like if the plant bear seeds, okay, if the plants they bear seeds, the seeds are naked or whether they are enclosed in the fruit, right? Based on this character further classification was done, like Thallophyta, the primitive algae, the body is like thallus, no body parts, like body parts is not differentiated. And also the and also the bryophytes, little somewhat developed plants. For the pteridophytes where sporophyll was present, right? The plants they will bear a sporophyll, sporangia, right? And also the gymnosperms where male and female cones are present, and here the seeds were naked, the seeds are naked. And also the angiosperms, the flower bearing plants, such a whatever we see the plants with flowers, those are all are angiosperms. And again in the angiosperms, again there was differentiation between monocot and dicot, monocot plants and dicot plants, right? So these all were the major classification: Thallophyta, bryophyta, the pteridophyta, gymnosperms, angiosperms. These are major classification. And further, when you study in higher classes, when you go to higher classes, you will study more about this. Further classification you will study. But now you have the major classification, like you have to study the Thallophyta, okay, and its character, bryophyta and its character, okay. So this was about the last class, right? And today we are going to discuss about the animals, right? So compared to the plants, in animals the diversity is more, because the animals which we see around us, as well as there are many animals which are very curious, right, which have very specialized character, specialized structures, specialized behaviors. So based on this, again animals have been classified, but compared to the plants, animals and its classification is somewhat bigger, okay, because animals, in the animals the common similarities are very less as compared to the plants, because as the evolution takes place, one evolution was about the plants and another evolution was about the animals, right? So from the fungi, again Plantae and Animalia. So here from the fungi or else from the Protista, there were two diversions, one is plant and another one is animals. And here further, as the time move on, as the time goes on, the evolution or else the modification of the organisms like plants and animals have taken place. And now in the plants the diversity is somewhat less compared to the animals. Here not the diversity particularly, but the variety, okay. And each organism will exhibit a different type of character, a specific character. But in plants there is a group, and these plants, they will perform a certain character. But in animals like human beings ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, we are a species. So ಒಂದು 10 ಜನ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So in them also there are some similarities, there are some dissimilarities, though they are same species, right? So here in the animals the diversity is more, and you have to learn the characters. Okay, you have to learn the different characters. So let us start, but before starting that, so as I said, for classification you have to learn different characters, right? So today let us learn the characters, and whatever the characters are useful, or else whatever the characters, the fundamental characters are needed for the classification, let us study in today's class. Okay, so the characters of the Animalia, the kingdom Animalia, these are the characters, and here these are the basic characters. So they are eukaryotic, multicellular and heterotrophic. Okay, eukaryotic, as of course it is the basic, very basic character, that animals, they are eukaryotes. Okay, and multicellular, from the fungi. Okay, from the fungi the organisms will be multicellular, whether they are plants, animals or fungi, all are multicellular. Okay, so multicellular and heterotrophic. Heterotrophic, you must note that, because in the plants there was chlorophyll, there is chlorophyll in the plant, whether certain body parts like stem or leaf, the chlorophyll is present, right? But in animals, can you find this chlorophyll? No, right? So here the animals cannot prepare their own food because chlorophyll is not present. But we are heterotrophs, and we depend on different animals, or else different organisms, not only animals, different organisms for food. So that is heterotrophic, eukaryotic, multicellular and the heterotrophic. And animals, they lack a cell wall. Yes, so fungi, as we discussed in the previous session, fungi, the cell wall is made up of chitin and polysaccharide, right? And plantae, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. But in animals, cell wall is absent. You can notice, if you notice the plants, they will be hard, right? The surface will be hard, or else the plants will be hard. Yes, there are some dead cells for mechanical support in plants, but if you touch, if you notice the cells, if you notice the structure, it will be somewhat strong or else somewhat hard, right? But in animals, if you touch, there are some soft, like you can sense the softness, but you can't sense the softness in plants. So that is because there is a lack of cell wall in animals. The cell wall, it is absent in animals. So it is the main point, you have to note this. Cell wall is absent in animals, but cell wall is present in plants. Okay, and animals, most animals are mobile. So what do you mean by mobile? They can move, right? They can move all around. But can plants move? No, right? So this was the basic character of classification, whether the organisms can move, then they are animals. If they cannot move, then they are plants, right? So most animals, or like all the animals, compare very few animals cannot move, but almost most of the animals are mobile. Okay, so this was the very basic, very fundamental characters. Now let us discuss the basis of classification, characters which are the basis of classification. Okay, yes, the first one is level of organization. So in the first class we had discussed about this, the level of organization. Let us discuss this in detail. Okay, so some animals, they have loose cell aggregates, they exhibit cellular level of organization. So what do you mean by loose cell aggregates? So here the cells are arranged loosely. Okay, the cell are not in a compact, they are arranged loosely, like sponge nodidira, sponge. So you used to play and also you used to clean it, right? The sponge, like that only the cells, it will look like a sponge. Okay, these organisms, okay, loose cell aggregates, the organisms, they will be having the cells which are loosely arranged, okay, which are loosely arranged, and they exhibit cellular level of organization. So here cellular level of organization means the cells which are present, okay, the cells which are present here, they will perform the function, certain function. Okay, andre iga one cell ide ankoli, it must perform a function. So here the cell alone will perform, right? So that is cellular level of organization. Next is the animals in which cells performing same function are arranged into tissues. They exhibit tissue level of organization. So here next development, okay, some organisms loose cell aggregates irutte. Further time hogta hogta evolution aagta aagta enagutte, they will have some modifications, they will have some development, some complexity. So here the next level, like animals enagutte, the cells which perform the same function. So different and the cells irutte at different parts, and where these cells perform same function, they are grouped. Okay, these cells, they are grouped, and further this will form a tissue. So the group of cell is called tissue, right? So this will form a tissue, and that tissue, it will perform a function. So cellular level the cells, and in the tissue level the tissues, the same the cells which perform the same function, and that cells are grouped, and further this will form a tissue, and tissue will perform a function, certain function. Okay, that is tissue level of organization. Further, in some tissues, okay, in some organisms, tissues group together to form organ, each specialized for a particular function. They exhibit organ level of organization. Okay, so here illi enagutte andre the tissues which are present, so different types of tissues. Again ee ella tissues, if they perform the same function, they are again grouped, and they will form a organ. Okay, and that organ will perform a function, certain function. Okay, that is organ level of organization. Iga nodidralla cellular gu tissue and also the organ. So development, it is the development. Okay, and further in some organisms, organs have associated to form functional system. They exhibit organ system level of organization. Okay, so illi enagutte andre the organs which are present, they will again coordinate with one another to perform a specific life process like digestion, respiration, excretion. So you will find different systems, organ systems, like digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, right? The nervous system. So these all are systems. In this system, like say for example digestive system. So digestive system alli the esophagus, stomach, intestine, pancreas. So these all are different organs, they are coordinated, they are associated to form a single system. So this system will perform a certain life process like digestion, right? So this is the organ system level of organization. Okay, so here cellular level of organization, tissue level of organization, organ level of organization, and organ system level of organization. So you have to note that the very lower organisms, very primitive and lower organism, they will exhibit cellular level of organization, and somewhat developed they exhibit tissue level and organ level and organ system level. As the organisms develop and become more complex, then they will have the organ system level of organization, the higher organisms. Okay, so next, this was the level of organization. So next is the based on this, okay, based on this organization, the organisms have differentiated into diploblastic and triploblastic. What does this mean? So here, while the embryo is developing, like you all have studied in the 8th standard regarding the reproduction in animals, right? So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ zygote ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Further, this zygote, it must develop into an embryo. While this developing time, so during this embryo development, the layers will be formed. Okay, the layers on embryo, whereas the layers of embryo, it will be formed. Okay, so whether the organism, it is having 2 layers, if the organism, it is having 2 layers, then it is called as diploblastic. Cells are arranged into 2 layers. Okay na? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ zygote ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, it is a single cell. Further develop ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ the cell will divide in the zygote, right, and it will form an embryo. So that is the process, that is the development of embryo, right? So while this development, the cells which are divided, if they are arranged into 2 layers, then they are called as diploblastic. Okay, can you notice over here, there are 2 layers, okay, that is the endoderm, the inner layer called endoderm, and the outer layer called ectoderm. So this is the outer layer, okay, and this is the inner layer, and here it is the layer which is non-living. Okay, the middle layer, it is non-living. That means the organisms have only 2 layers. One is ectoderm and another one is endoderm. Okay, so these are diploblastic organisms, whereas the triploblastic means the cells are arranged into 3 layers. So illi the cells are arranged into 2 layers, whereas here the cells are arranged into 3 layers. They are called as triploblastic, whereas diplo, 3 triploblastic. Okay, so here triploblastic organisms, they have 3 layers. One is the inner endoderm, okay, the inner endoderm, okay, and the middle mesoderm, the outer ectoderm. Endoderm, mesoderm and ectoderm. So these are 3 layers. Okay, so while developing, the cells, they are arranged into 3 layers. So based on this, the classification can be done whether they are diploblastic or triploblastic. Okay, next, moving on to the symmetry. So what is this symmetry? That is, when you divide the organisms, you must get some divisions which are similar and which are not. If they are similar, okay, if the divisions, if they are similar, then they are called as symmetrical, and if the divisions, if the body division are not similar, then they are called as asymmetrical. Okay, so what is this asymmetrical? Any plane that passes through the center does not divide them into equal halves. So can you see this organism? So in this organisms, if you cut the organism in any plane, okay, or else if you cut it from center or any plane, this organism, it will not have the identical parts. Okay, ನೀವು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈಗ ಸೆಂಟರಿಂದ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, can you find the identical parts? No, this part is different and this part is different, right? So these organisms are called as asymmetrical. Any plane that passes through the center does not divide them into 2 equal halves. Okay, so center inda cut madidre, so 2 equal halves athwa definite halves agi sigodilla. So these organisms are asymmetrical. Okay, and in the symmetrical, there are again 2 types. One is radial and bilateral. So here, radially symmetrical means any plane passing through central axis of the body divides them into two identical halves. Okay, so can you see this? So these organisms, so illi glass plate na example itta hogidare. So one glass plate idtivi. Okay, if you cut this organism, so you will get the two halves, right? You will get the two halves. So here any plane, very particular one day plane antalla, the organisms can be divided in any plane. So like this, or as this way, right? Or as this way, if you cut, or else if you divide through any plane, you will get the two identical halves, the same halves. Okay, and also the bilaterally symmetrical. So here, where the body can be divided into identically left and right half in only one plane. So in this organism, Scorpio, okay, so in these organisms the body can be divided into only one plane, ಸೆಂಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ಲೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಥರ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆದಾಗ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಹಾಫ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ bilaterally symmetrical. The word bilateral, okay, that is the lateral side, the two sides, they must be identical, bilaterally symmetrical. So here radially symmetrical. So radially means in any direction, in any plane. Okay, so here asymmetrical, radially symmetrical and bilaterally symmetrical. So this was about the symmetry. Okay, next, moving on to the coelom. So this is very important for the classification, whether the organism have the coelom or not. Okay, so what is coelom? So coelom is presence or absence of a cavity between the body wall and the gut wall. So in this image, okay, so this is the body wall, the purple color representing the body wall, and here somewhat grey color. So this is the gut wall. Gut wall means alimentary canal, right? So the gut wall. So here there must be a cavity. What do you mean by cavity? An empty space, right? There must be a cavity between the body wall and the gut wall, then it is called as coelom. Okay, the organisms which have coelom in their body are called as coelomates. Okay, coelom, the organisms which have coelom are called as coelomates. And here there is one more condition, that the mesoderm, as I have said, the triploblastic organisms have ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, right? So the ectoderm, the outer layer, the body wall, ectoderm, and the endoderm. Okay, in between the mesoderm is present. Okay, and this mesoderm is scattered in the pouches. So onondu gumpagi onondu bag tara pouches alli it has been scattered. So here coelom is present. Okay, the coelom is present, but in between coelom the mesoderm is present. So here this condition does not have a true coelom. So illi iro thara cavity iro thara illi the true coelom is not present. So this is the pseudocoelom. Okay, the pseudocoelom, because the mesoderm is arranged in a pouches which is being scattered. Okay, so it is pseudocoelom, and the organisms which have this pseudocoelom are called as pseudocoelomates. Okay, coelomates, okay, coelomates, pseudocoelomates, and here acoelom. Okay, what do you mean by acoelom? Here ectoderm, the outer body wall, endoderm, the inner gut wall, and here the mesoderm is covered. Here the cavity is completely absent, and when the cavity is not present, then it is called as acoelom, and the organisms which have this acoelom condition are called as acoelomates. So based on this, classification is done whether they are coelomate, pseudocoelomate or acoelomates. Okay, so next moving on to the notochord. So it is important but in higher organisms. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದ ಲೋವರ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವೆರಿ ಲೋವರ್ ವೆರಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ನೋಟೋಕಾರ್ಡ್. Okay, notochord will be absent, but as the organisms will become more advanced, the formation of notochord will be formed. So what is this notochord? So here notochord, it is a mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side during embryo development in some animals. Okay, so it is a mesodermally derived rod-like structure. So mesodermally derived, so you must notice the layers: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Mesoderm, the middle layer. So illi notochord, it is a mesodermally derived. That means the mesoderm which is formed, which is present, it will form the rod-like structure, okay, on the dorsal side during embryonic development. So this is the dorsal side. So if you consider human beings, so this is our ventral side and this is our dorsal side, right? The backbone which is present, it is our dorsal side, but here it is the dorsal side and this is the ventral side. You can see the notochord, right? The notochord, it is a mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side during embryonic development. So notochord, it is formed in the embryonic development. Okay, so here there are some other characters like dorsally hollow nerve cord, post anal tail and also pharyngeal slits or else pharyngeal gill slits. So these are the characters of the higher organisms. Iga ಒಂದು group which are lower organisms and higher organisms ನ ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋದರೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಎರಡು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಲೋಯರ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ನ ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋದರೆ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಯಾವ ಲೋಯರ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಹೈಯರ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಾಸಿಟಿಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ notochord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, pharyngeal gill slits and also post anal tail. These are the basic characters, most primitive characters for the classification of higher organisms, somewhat developed higher organisms. Okay, so first one was the level of organization, right? The level of organization. So here cellular level, tissue level, organ level, organ system level and also the body layers, diploblastic and triploblastic. The body layers, diploblastic 2 layer whereas triploblastic 3 layers and also coelom. Okay, if the cavity is present then they are called as coelom, animals coelomates. And if the cavity is present, with that cavity, if there are pouches of mesoderm scattered in that cavity, then they are called as pseudocoelomates. And if the cavity is completely absent, then they are called as acoelom and the animals acoelomates. Right, that was about the coelom. And here the notochord. So notochord will apply only, this character will apply only in the somewhat little higher organisms. Okay, so while explaining I will tell you from where the notochord will start to develop or else when this notochord characters is included. Okay, so these are the characters, these are the basis for the classification. So plants alli hege body parts, vascular tissue and also seeds na hege ತಗೊಂಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅದೇ ಥರ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಫರ್ದರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, so this you must remember while studying the particular group. ಈಗ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನ ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗೆ, ಸೊ these terms, whether they are triploblastic, whether they are pseudocoeloms, right, the tissue level of organization, ಈ ಥರ ಬಂದಾಗ you must know this. Okay, for that you have to understand this well. Okay, so this was about the basic fundamental characters which are the basis for the classification. Okay, further let us see how the animals are classified. Okay, so here animals, in the animals, whether they are cellular level of organization, this was the first fundamental character, right? Cellular level of organization idre, these organisms are grouped under porifera. Okay, and if the organisms have tissue level of organization, further they are again they are noticed further characters like whether they have coelom or not. Okay, if they doesn't have coelom, no body cavity between epidermis and the gut wall. Gastrodermis, the gut wall. Epidermis is the outer layer and gastrodermis is the gut wall. Okay, so if there is no cavity, that are acoelomates. If the animals are acoelomates, then they are grouped under Coelenterata and Platyhelminthes. Okay, and if the animals are pseudocoelom, if the animals they are pseudocoelom, they are then grouped under Nematoda. Okay, the Nematoda. And if the organisms are coelomate, then the organisms are further characters have been noticed. Okay, like whether the dermal cells, okay, the mesodermal cells form a single cell during growth of the embryo. So in mesodermal cells, whether these cells are formed either from the single cell or the mesodermal cells or as the coelom formed from the pouches pinched off from the endoderm. So what is this? What is this mesodermal cells or else what is this coelom? Let us see here. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, the mesoderm, okay, the endoderm, the yellow color which you can see, it is the endoderm, the blue color is the ectoderm. Okay, and from this endoderm, if there are pouches, okay, if there are pouches which are pinched off, which are protruded, which are pinched off from the endoderm, the pouches which are pinched off from the endoderm, they will form a coelom. Okay, this is one character. And if the mesodermal cells, okay, if the mesodermal cells are formed from a single cell during the growth of the embryo. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ the mesoderm, whether it is formed from the single cell or else endoderm inda, if they are if the pouches are pinched off, ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಲೇಯರ್ ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ, ಸೊ ಎಂಡೋಡರ್ಮ್ cells they will be pinched off and these cells will form a coelom. Okay, that is one condition. And the mesodermal cells are made up of single cells. So embryonic stage ಅಲ್ಲಿ single cell ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆ single cell ಇಂದ further mesodermal cells are formed. So based on this, further classification have been done. If this condition takes place, like mesodermal cells from a single cell during growth of the embryo, then Annelida, Mollusca and Arthropoda. The organisms are grouped under Annelida, Mollusca and Arthropoda. So these organisms exhibit this character, this fundamental character. Okay, and here the coelom which is formed from the pouched pinched off from the endoderm. Okay, so further characters have been noticed, like whether they are notochord, whether they have notochord or not. Okay, so coelom irutte and this coelom is pinched off from the endoderm. Then further character like notochord, if it is not present, then they are called as echinodermata, and if the notochord is present, they are called as chordata. ನಾನು ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, notochord it will it is the character which is exhibited in the further classification in the higher organisms. So can you see the notochord here? No, right? So the notochord is developed later. In the evolutionary time, the notochord, it is a complex structure, it is developed later. As the time moves on, it is developed later. Okay, so here the presence of notochord, if the notochord is present, then they are the organisms, they are grouped under chordata. Okay, the organisms, they are grouped under chordata, and further characters must be noticed. Notochord illa andre they are echinodermata. Notochord ide andre further chordata, they are grouped under chordata. Next characters na nota hogbeku, right? If the notochord is present in the least larval forms but are rudimentary, but very rudimentary, andre the notochord, they are present in the larval stage. Okay, some are at the tail region and some are from the tail, it is from the anterior to the posterior, like from the mouth to the tail, and some organisms they have notochord at the tail. Okay, and also whether the organisms they exhibit the notochord for only some time or else they have the notochord throughout their life, that is also one point. And here the notochord which is very basic in form or else it is not developed, it is not well developed. Okay, it is very basic in form. Okay, and this notochord which is very rudimentary and also have least larval stage, if the organism exhibit this character then they are grouped under protochordata. Okay, and the organisms which have notochord in the embryonic stage, so embryo develop agbekare in the embryonic stage, notochord, if the notochord is present, okay, then this notochord is replaced by the cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. Okay, cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in adults. Notochord will be present but in the embryonic stage. Further adult agi develop agta hogbekadre, so this notochord is replaced by the vertebral column. Okay, and the organisms which exhibit this character are grouped under vertebrata. And yes, organisms have notochord and they are vertebrates, and further these vertebrates are categorized based on these characters. Okay, so here the organisms which are jawless, okay, vertebrata dalli again the first character is that whether the organisms is with jaw or without, whether they bear jaw or they lack the jaw. Okay, so here the organisms which are jawless, they lack the jaw and the body is eel-like. Okay, the body is eel-like. Okay, and they have circular mouth, scaleless, slimy skin. Okay, scaleless. So what is mean by that? I'll explain in the next category. Okay, so here you must understand that the organisms without the jaw, the body is eel-like. Eel andre somewhat like snake ankoli. Okay na, not snake but the body is slender, eel-like. Okay, on pipe tara ankoli, eel-like, and the circular mouth, the mouth will be circular, and scaleless and slimy skin. The skin will be soft and slimy. Okay, slimy andre jarate, skin jarate. Okay, so these characters, the organisms having these characters are grouped under cyclostomata. Okay, in the vertebrata these organisms are basic, and further these organisms are developed, these organisms are modified to give some higher character, give some advanced character in somewhat higher organisms like in Pisces. Okay, so here the exoskeleton is of scales. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ scaleless ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ scales ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? So fishes, when you hold the fishes you will find some scales, right? On the rough layer will be formed, scales will be formed. Okay, onthara they will be rough, sharp, the scales, okay, which covers the body, that is the exoskeleton. The exoskeleton is of scales. Okay, so fish ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ layer ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, so they are scales. Okay, and the endoskeleton is of bone or cartilage. Okay, endoskeleton, like the bone, here the bone is present. From these organisms the bone will be formed. Okay, the bone is either cartilage or it is bone. Okay, and here breathing through gills. So notochord ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ I had said that the pharyngeal gill slits are the pharyngeal gill slits, dorsal nerve cord, notochord, and also the post anal tail, right? So here these organisms, they have gills, pharyngeal gills, post anal tail irutte, and the notochord. Okay, notochord, which is replaced by the vertebral column, on that the nerve cord will be present. Okay, so these are the characters. From here the characters will start. Okay, and here exoskeleton and also the endoskeleton, breathing through gills. These organisms, they will also breathe through gills, and but here the gills are somewhat primitive, not developed much, but here the gills are developed very well and they perform efficiently in breathing. Okay, so these organisms, the Pisces, they will exhibit these characters. And further group in that the gills will be present in larva and the lungs in most adults. So adults, as the individual develops, when they are in the larval stage, the gills, they will help in the respiration. When they are adult, the gills will be converted, or else the gills are they will not perform such functions, and further the lungs, they will perform the respiration, and also the skin will be slimy. So illi exoskeleton is of scales, again illi the skin is slimy. Okay, so these are primitive characters. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಆ primitive characters ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, so they will take the diversion, and some will not. They will continue the same characters, and some they will take diversion. Okay, and here the organisms which have these characters are grouped under amphibia. Okay, they are grouped under amphibians. Further, the next group, here the organism, the exoskeleton is made up of scales. Okay, so here the scales was present, and also here the scales are present, and also the eggs, they are laid outside the water. Here the eggs, and also here the eggs are laid in the water. So water is the medium for fertilization. These organisms, they need water for the reproduction process, and here the organisms, they doesn't need water. Here again somewhat development, somewhat modifications, like the organism egg which is present, it can tolerate the environment, the terrestrial environment. Okay, so the eggs which are laid outside the water, and the organisms which have these characters are grouped under reptilia. Okay, the reptiles. And again the characters like exoskeleton or of feathers, the exoskeleton here was of scales, and here feathers have arrived and lay the eggs outside the water, and also flight is possible, that are A's, birds. So in the birds you can see the feathers, the colorful hairs, right? not hairs, they are called as feathers. Okay, and they lay egg outside the water, of course. They lay eggs in the trees, in the nest, right? And also the flight, they will fly. So these are the characters of birds, the aves. Okay, and further in the next group, the exoskeleton is of hairs. Okay, we have hairs, right? And external ears. Okay, external ears, and mostly giving birth to the live young, giving birth to the young ones. So these are mammals. We are mammals. Okay, we have hairs on the exoskeleton is of hairs, and we have external ears, and we give birth to the young one, right? So they are mammals. So if you compare, here the organisms will lay eggs, but here the organisms will give birth to the young one. Here the embryo, the fetus is developed inside the body, but here the embryo or else the fetus is developed outside the body, right? So here somewhat more advanced character, that an organism, it is capable to nourish the young one, to nourish the fetus inside them, inside their body. So it must need lot of energy, right? For the nourishment it must need lot of energy, and the lower organisms, they are not capable to perform such functions, like they cannot nourish the organisms, or else the fertilization itself cannot take place in the body in lower organisms. But in higher organisms like mammals, okay, they have advanced structures, right, for the nourishment, that is the reproductive system, and it is the most specialized system where the young ones are nourished, the fetus are nourished, and they can give birth to the young ones. As you can see, the organisms which are very primitive, right, as the organisms have become more complex from the evolution, okay, from the unicellular to the multicellular organisms, as evolution took place, as the organisms become more complex, there they have specialized structures to perform specialized functions. Okay, so in the porifera you can see there was in the primitive organisms which are cellular level, okay, poriferans. So in these organisms, if you see, the function was only at the cellular level, but here these organisms, they are more advanced, okay, they are more advanced, they have organ system level of organization. So if you see human beings, we have digestive system, respiratory system, right? They have organ system level of organization, and they are capable to give birth to the young one. So this is how evolution, this is how modification resides in the complexity of organisms. Complexity means the organisms become more specialized, become more developed, okay, that is the complexity. As the organisms become more complex, they have specialized structure to perform different functions, okay. So this was about the basis of characters in animals. So in animals, the characters like level of organization, diploblastic or triploblastic, the body layers, and also the coelom, and the presence or absence of notochord. So based on this, the further classification from the porifera. So these porifera, they are the phylums. So the kingdom Animalia, and next coming to that is the phylum, right? The kingdom, phylum, class, that was the sequence. From the kingdom Animalia, it is then subgrouped into the phylum. So here the phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, and Echinodermata. So these are non-vertebrates. Okay, these are non-vertebrates, that is, they doesn't have the notochord, but in the chordates they are vertebrate, or else they are chordates due to the presence of notochord. Notochord is present, that why they are called as chordates. And in the chordates, again protochordata, the primitive chordata, protochordata and vertebrata. So these are subphyla, the protochordata and vertebrata. Phylum, in that phylum it is then subphylum, protochordata and vertebrata. Further, in the vertebrata class, kingdom, phylum, class, right? In the class, cyclostomata, pisces, amphibians, reptiles, aves and mammals. So these are the classes. Okay, so this is how classification is done based on noticing the characters. So ನಿಮಗೊಂದು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ you must notice from the cellular level. Okay, like prokaryotic, eukaryotic, whether they are plants or animals. In the animals, these all characters must be noticed. If all characters are present, okay, if all characters are present, then the organisms is more complex. Okay, it is higher organisms, then you must notice the further specialized characters, and later you must group the organisms. So this is how classification is done. Okay, so in the next class, let us discuss about the phylums, different phylums. So let us take one phylum and let us discuss the characters of that phylum. Okay, so in the today's class we had discussed about the basic characteristics, which are the fundamental characteristics for the basis of classification, and also we had discussed about the schematic representation of the classification. Okay, thank you.